Hey everyone, today we are taking a look at the long-anticipated Princess Leia in her classic white dress, a figure that we have needed redone in the Black Series for a very long time. I've often said that if not for the Figuarts Luke and Leia and A New Hope crew, I probably wouldn't collect at all. It's actually why I stopped collecting Hot Toys and sold all of them off. I just realized I would never have the classic A New Hope crew, so I think it's just so important for lines like the Black Series to have these main characters out there looking amazing, and we finally have that here with this Princess Leia. She does look a little bit shiny in the face, which I will fix later, but overall the sculpt is looking amazing. Articulation is actually pretty good. We've got some nice butterfly joints here, nothing too crazy, past 90 just barely at the elbow, and the dress part is actually two separate pieces that overlap just barely, so she's got these really skinny peg legs underneath, so that way there's not extra bulk, because you can see that the edges of the fabric just overlay each other just a little bit, so having those two layers on top of a normal sized leg would make her hips probably look a little bit too wide. She comes with a Stormtrooper blaster, since she is seen using that in the film, and then her classic Princess Leia pistol. Here is how she looks with the most recent Black Series release on the left, the archive version with the updated face print, and then on the right we have the SH Figuarts. The way that the SH Figuarts dress is constructed, there are about 4 different layers here that overlap in different degrees, and so I think this gives you a little bit more room to kind of move her legs around without having the skirt split weirdly. I think that's probably a better way of handling that. You can also see that the SH Figuarts on the right has gotten a little bit yellow over time in certain areas. The head pops off pretty easily, it's not too difficult, and then you've got this little neck cowl that does pop off. You have to pull it kind of straight up. I was struggling a little bit here, but overall it's definitely not that hard. The head fits in nicely into the hood. It's sculpted perfectly to fit around her buns, and then it just clicks right on. Having the neck attached to the body makes this a lot easier. Then you do have to kind of cheat that collar down just a little bit so you don't have that gap. That's something that you have to constantly be fighting with as you move the head. And this engineering was first seen on the SH Figuarts. It's almost identical, and I really think that this Leia may actually be replacing this SH Figuarts, which has been a staple of my collection for so long. Looking at these side by side now, the SHF is starting to look a little bit freaky, and she's just so big. With the Luke Skywalker from this wave, I was pretty torn on whether or not I liked the SH Figuarts more. The one that I have on display, I actually repainted the hair to be a little bit more accurate, and this still feels like a better Luke than what we got from the Black Series. But this Princess Leia with a matte spray, and maybe I'll eventually see if one of my friends will repaint it for me, might be the winner. And I mentioned earlier how important it is to really nail these iconic characters like Luke and Leia and R2-D2, and since these are all very new releases, I think it's really cool to compare these to where we were just a few years ago. It's still a shame that the head sculpt on Luke is not a little bit better. Here is a height comparison of these three, and there's actually something that I've wanted to try for a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this skirt off of Leia, because I love the ceremony Leia outfit, but I just never liked the way that they mixed the soft goods with the hard plastic in the chest, which is supposed to be the same dress. Always looked a little bit wonky to me, so I'm curious if this skirt is gonna work. Doing a quick measurement with my digital calipers here to make sure that these are even in the same ballpark. I'm gonna drop these into some hot water here so I can separate the plastic skirt from the hips, which has a little bit of glue, and then also more easily separate the torso from the legs on the ceremony Leia. I'm actually really happy to see that this fits quite nicely. I do have to repaint the belt, and the back of the dress does not fit on, so don't look at that. But I'm definitely gonna have to get a second one of this Leia so I can do this swap here, because now I can finally have this on my shelf. I took my Mr. Super Clear outside and gave this a little bit of a spray to take down some of that shine. It's definitely looking much better. There is definitely a little bit of trouble with certain poses with how the skirt is designed, but here's an example of how it looks when her legs are sticking out just a little bit, though the unpainted thighs and the really thin sculpt makes this look a little bit wonky if you have the legs sticking out any further. I've got strep throat, so please leave a like if you did enjoy this video. It was a little bit painful to record voiceover for. Subscribe if you are new here. I have the rest of this wave ready to review. I'm going to try to do 1 review per day, and then once I finish those, I have the Skeleton Crew wave coming in, so for the next 8 days, you're going to have a brand new Black Series review every single day. So subscribe, hit that notification bell if you would like to see those videos as soon as they go live. In the meantime, here are some other videos from my channel that you'll probably also like, and I will see you all next time.